Coming up on The Cut, Trump received a trial date, making him the first former president in U.S. history to undergo a criminal trial, what the court date entails, and how it will impact his campaign.
And the Security Council voted in favor of the UN proposed ceasefire resolution in Gaza, but only through the end of Ramadan. How this will affect the victims in Israel's attack on Gaza.
And ASU is hosting its third annual Drag You Downtown event on April 9th. What you can expect from the event and how you can attend. The Cut starts right now. Welcome to the Cut Network. I'm Lavanya Paliwal.
And I'm Chase Westberg. On Monday, March 25th, the United Nations Security Council called for a resolution of immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The United States has previously been hesitant to that call. However, they were not against it this time. Israel was surprised by the fact that the U.S. did not shut down the idea. However, Israel says that they have no intention of ceasing fire, according to the source CNN. Israel Katz, a foreign minister, made a comment on X saying that Israel will not cease fire and they will continue to fight against Hamas and fight until all hostages return back to their homes. The call by the United Nations Security Council will not affect the ground of Gaza.
4 suspects, 3 from Tajikistan, face terror charges for a Moscow concert hall attack that killed 139. Suspects appeared in court, one in a wheelchair. ISIS claimed responsibility, but Russia implied Ukrainian involvement, denied by Kiev. Putin labeled the attackers as radical Islamists, yet blamed Ukraine. Suspects showed signs of abuse. Videos circulated of violent interrogations. 3 more men sought in connection with the attack. Despite U.S. warnings of an ISIS threat, Putin dismissed them. Mourners in Moscow expressed insecurity. Some find Putin's claims plausible. The attack, deadliest in 2 decades, prompts calls for severe punishment amid ongoing investigations and tensions.
On Tuesday, a container ship struck a bridge in Baltimore, causing it to collapse into the Patapsco River. Cut reporter Haley Jimenez is here to give us some more information. Haley?
Thank you, Chase. A state of emergency has been declared in Maryland after a massive cargo ship plowed into the Baltimore Francis Key Bridge, causing it to collapse early Tuesday morning. Officials say the Dali, a 984-foot-long Singaporean-flagged vessel container ship, appeared to lose power as it began to move towards the bridge at 9.2 miles an hour. At around 1:30 a.m., the ship crashed into one of the bridge's support pillars, causing parts of the structure to immediately come tumbling down. Federal investigations are underway as investigators seek to understand why the ship drifted so off course. So far, law enforcement officials say there is no indication that the incident was intentional. Chair of the National Transportation Safety Board member Jennifer Hamady told CNN, quote, "We do have the data recorder. We've sent that back out to our lab to evaluate and begin to develop a timeline of events that led up to the strike on the bridge," end quote. Authorities have yet to release any new information as to why the ship lost power, as FBI and state officials continue to investigate. So far, 6 people have been presumed dead, one identified as the father of 3 from El Salvador, as well as the father of 2 from Honduras, and 2 Guatemalans among those unaccounted for. Divers resumed recovery efforts on Wednesday. The collapse has indefinitely halted the flow of ships in and out of Baltimore, which could potentially hurt the local economy. Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott said, quote, "This is a tragedy that is unthinkable, but one thing I know about us in Baltimore, whether you're in Baltimore City or Baltimore County, whenever there is a tragedy, we come together," end quote. At this time, this is all the information provided on the unraveling case. For the Cut Network, I am Haley Jimenez.
Thank you, Haley. We will keep you updated as the story develops.
After we brought you a story last week about a former Boeing employee's concerns about safety, here's Cut reporter Abby Jurek to tell us more about the company's response to rising safety concerns. Abby?
Thank you, Lavanya. On Monday, Boeing's chief executive David Calhoun has officially announced that he will be stepping down at the end of 2024. Additionally, Stan Deal, Boeing's head of commercial planes, decided to depart the company immediately, according to the New York Times. After the aircraft maker grapples with its most significant safety crisis in years, Calhoun claimed his step-down is due to a broad management shakeup. The management overhaul has taken place less than 3 months after a door plug blew off of a Boeing MAX 9 during an Alaska Airlines flight on January 5th. This fatal incident sent the company back into a raging crisis after the crashes of its MAX 8 planes, killing nearly 350 people. These incidents have made people rethink the safety of MAX planes and Boeing's commitment to quality overall. Mr. Calhoun said the leadership changes involving the January 5th incident, quote, was a watershed moment for Boeing. According to Calhoun, quote, the eyes of the world are on us, and I know we will come through this moment a better company. Calhoun's departure is all the more abrupt as in 2021, Boeing's board raised the mandatory retirement age for the chief executive from 65 to 70. For the Cut Network, I'm Abby Jurek.
Thanks, Abby. We'll continue to keep you updated on Boeing's further actions.
The famous rapper Sean Diddy Combs, popularly known as Diddy, is involved in a federal investigation due to lawsuits against the rapper since this past November. This is not a new event considering the crimes he has been involved with since the 90s. There are now allegations against Diddy involving sex trafficking, sexual assault, and the handling of illegal narcotics and firearms. Federal officials have spoke with the subject in relation to the allegations. Combs has denied all of the sexual assault allegations. Federal agents that work for Homeland Security investigations performed search warrants on 2 of Combs' properties on Monday, one in Los Angeles, California, and the other in Miami, Florida. Those searches are expected to lead to criminal charges of Combs. Former President Donald Trump's jury selection against his New York hush money case will begin April 15th. Trump is the first former U.S. president to be facing a criminal trial. According to the source CNN, Trump, quote, will face a jury on criminal charges for at least one of his trials before the November election. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg charged Trump for falsifying business records around hush money payments surrounding an alleged affair with Stormy Daniels, an adult film star. Trump has denied the affair and pleaded not guilty toward the hush money case. We will have to see what happens in April. With the new Quiet on Set documentary causing people to look back on old Nickelodeon shows, here's reporter Nick Carmia to tell us more about the documentary. Nick?
Thank you, Chase. A new documentary series describing, quote, an insidious environment has surfaced over one of television's most popular children's networks, Nickelodeon. This 4-part docuseries by Investigation Discovery, titled Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, presents, quote, allegations of abuse, sexism, racism, and inappropriate dynamics towards Nickelodeon's underage stars and crew. Among the actors from some of the most iconic productions was prominent star Drake Bell from Drake and Josh and The Amanda Show, who talked about an instance of sexual abuse he experienced from a dialogue coach, according to the Law and Crime Network. That dialogue coach was Brian Peck, who was convicted in 2003 of child sex abuse and was sentenced to 16 months in prison. In the docuseries interview, Bell recounted his time with Peck and told the interviewer to imagine, quote, imagine the worst stuff somebody could do to somebody as a sexual assault, and that will answer your question. Bell's father also appears in the docuseries, describing moments where Peck would routinely put his hand around Bell's waist or on his shoulder while reading a script to him. On the day of Peck's conviction hearing, Bell detailed how Peck's side of the courtroom was filled with people in support of him, while Bell and members of his family sat on the other side. In a victim statement, Bell addressed those who stood behind Peck, stating, quote, "You will forever have the memory of sitting in the courtroom and defending this person, and I will forever have the memory of the person you're defending violating me and doing unspeakable acts and crimes." Other accusations throughout the docuseries surround inappropriate and disturbing behavior from show director and executive producer Dan Schneider, who has since expressed his embarrassment and regret in an interview from Boogie, who played Tebow on Nickelodeon's sitcom iCarly. Since the show's premiere, the docuseries has garnered over 16 million viewers across its published networks, with a 5th episode to launch on April 7th, according to Variety. For the Cut Network, I'm Nick Carmia.
Thanks, Nick. We'll keep you up to date.
The online frenzy surrounding Princess Kate Middleton's whereabouts culminated in regret as she revealed she's battling cancer and undergoing chemotherapy. The princess' absence sparked conspiracy theories and jokes, but many expressed remorse after her diagnosis. Public figures like Blake Lively apologized for contributing to the speculation. This incident highlights the dangers of assuming and making light of personal situations, echoing past instances with celebrities like Chadwick Boseman and Ariana Grande. It also underscores the tension between public curiosity and the royals' desire for privacy, especially concerning health matters. While Kate urged for privacy during her treatment, experts doubt this will deter future online speculation, noting the reinforcement of social media engagement despite remorse.
Drag You Downtown, a drag show, is coming to you on Tuesday, April 9th at the Arizona Center from 4:30 to 9 p.m. There will be a tabling festival event at the Arizona Center Grotto at 4:30. Doors on the 11th floor will open at 5 p.m. and the show begins at 6 p.m. There will be free shirts, dinner, and dessert. Come and have some fun in your local Phoenix.
New regulations for climbers tackling Mount Everest demand they carry their waist down the mountain to combat pollution. Climbing permits costing $11,000 each contribute to a total cost exceeding $35,000 for climbers. The increase in visitors and harsh conditions hinder waste degradation, prompting concerns about environmental pollution. Last year, Nepal issued a record 478 climbing permits with 12 confirmed deaths and 5 missing climbers. An estimated 1,200 climbers are expected this season. Each climber will receive 2 poo bags treated with chemicals to solidify waste and reduce odor, totaling 8,000 bags distributed by Nepal's Khumbu Pasang Lamu rural municipality. Efforts to mitigate tourism's impact include the removal of 35,708 kilograms of waste from Everest and other peaks by the Nepali army. Do you ever wish to, climb Mount Everest?
I was thinking about it.
Well, now you have to carry your poop with you.
Thank you for tuning in to this week of the Cut Network.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at the Cut_network and on X at CutASU.
Bye.